All right, so this is a demo of an app I've been working on to do property assessment, value assessment. Um, we're looking at Los Alamos County in New Mexico, and basically it's a cluster map showing all the parcels in Los Alamos and White Rock down here. Those are the two communities. And over here are a bunch of different filters you can use and statistics about whatever's shown in the view here. So I want to actually just look at a specific, I want to look at land value per square foot. I'm kind of got this idea that land value should basically be uniform or like close to the same in the same area. So like your neighbors, you and your neighbor should basically have roughly the same land value per square foot. There's not really much that changes about the dirt, and so just to be clear on terminology here, land value is like the dirt that your parcel is located on. Improvement value is separated from land value. So improvement value would be like houses or any sort of other improvements that you add to the property. So land value, just think of it as like the dirt. It can also include like public utilities, access to streets, I think. I'm not quite clear on everything that's incorporated in land value, but we're just going to take a look at land value. And I would expect it to be relatively uniform in the same geographical area. So properties that are adjacent to each other should be about the same. So we're going to zoom in here and look at all the parcels in one specific area, which is Western Area Subdivision, or Western Area 2 subdivision. So I'm just going to filter everything else out. And you can see all these histograms sort of change because now we're looking at just this area. And the one we're going to look at is this teal one, land value per square foot. And you can see there's some few properties that are below $5 a square foot, some that are above $19, $20 a square foot. But we're going to kind of look at the bulk of the properties in this area. So the total properties in this area are 282. These two columns alone are, looks like 228, and then another 40 here. So we'll just look at these three bars. So from 479 to 1915. So we'll look at that section just to sort of tighten up our bounds. And then we see the colors up here. So there's it goes from purple to yellow with teal kind of being the midpoint. And so you can see the properties, like the properties that are very yellow, those have very high land value per square foot, and the properties that are purple are very low, with teal being in the middle. And it doesn't really seem like there's any sort of patterns. That's kind of what I was trying to find here. It could be like you see a cluster of high land value in here, sort of, and then some in the middle. It really doesn't seem to be any pattern. Maybe you'd think like land that's closer to this main thoroughfare, Diamond Drive, would be worth more because it's more accessible. I can't really understand why certain properties, these are all in a canyon. If I switch over to satellite view here, you can kind of see, so these are all up on a canyon rim, and then there's another canyon in the middle here, and these are out on a canyon. All these properties are kind of in the middle here. But yeah, it really doesn't make any sense to me how they do land value assessment here. It seems pretty random. And so that's like one kind of insight you can get just looking at data on this app. If we look at the statistics for what we're filtered down on, the land value per square foot, you can see 268 parcels, 43 acres, 63.5 million worth of assessed value. Down here is the types of parcels, so most of them are single family, the vast majority of them. And then tax exemptions. Here it's just head of household and vet exemptions, but when it's like public property, you would have like county or school exemptions and things like that. And then top landholders. Right now this is just individual homeowners, no institutional investors like everyone's been saying lately. All these houses are individually owned. But if you were to scale out, zoom out, and look at the data in different ways, you might see owners that have multiple properties, and that might be interesting info. So you could download this whole thing as a CSV or JSON, and yeah, that's it. If you like it, check it out. It's Los Alamos heatmap.replit.app, and there's dashes between all the words in Los Alamos heat map. Thanks.